Hey, hi, Peter Watts, Retrospect. What's going on? Hey, today I want to talk about watches that I've myself have recently discovered, but there's been quite a lot of talk about this particular watch and this brand watch, and they seem to be a hot topic for the last like at least half a year, 8 months or so. But these are these. What I got, what I have two different, and they're both a different size, which is cool. So we can kind of get a good look at the difference in the sizing of these watches. But this is the San Martin SN0144, and it is like I said, there's a lot on online. If you're looking at this video, if you've obviously seen some other ones, but I've been kind of blown away at these. A lot of people have talked about these, and just the feel of them, the quality on them, the way they just the way they're constructed, the polishing and the machine work on it is just really spectacular. And when you think they're in about the $325 range, my goodness, just an awesome watch. So I got two of them. I got the red one here, and this is a 42 millimeter, and I've also have a blue one here, which is on, and this is the 39. And we'll kind of look at the size. This one here is, spoiler alert, this is by far, to me, the better size for my wrist, for my 7-inch wrist. But if you got a larger wrist, this 42 is going to work really well. But let's look at this red one. This is, again, the 42, but both of them are only like 10.1 millimeters thick. These use a Miyota 9015, a 9015 movement. And I had some older Miyotas and some of my other watches in the past, and they didn't do much for me, to be honest. But these 9000 series are supposed to be really nice, and up to now, this thing has been keeping actually very, very good time. And it is obviously a very thin movement in order to produce this watch. It only a tick over 10 millimeters, and that is definitely one of the beauties. But San Martin's known for, doing a lot of homage watches. A lot of people are down on that, and mixed feelings on it. I mean, personally, I'm not a homage watch, but type of person. But lately, they've really been coming out with some newer watches that people are, expressing their opinion that they're, hey, this is an original design for San Martin. And the thing about this watch is the quality, the feel of quality. I paid in the range of about $300 to $325, somewhere around that, for this one here. And the machining and the polished chamfers are just so nice. And you got these chamfers here, and I mean, they're very defined lines. Between the brushing and the polishing, they did such a really nice job, and it just really sticks out. Look at that. And then they got polishing on the bezel as well. And then at the top of the bezels, it brushed. So the theme of the watch is mostly brushed, and it just has those chamfers that are polished. But it's just a beautiful, the quality on this watch. In the background, I got a couple of Christopher Wards. I've always liked my Christopher Wards. When I first got in this watch collecting hole, I purchased three Christopher Wards in a fairly short time, and I love them. They're just great watches in that like $1,000 to $1,200 range. But I purposely have them to just first I want to also show how like the indices are a little similar on the San Martin. But I've always loved Christopher Ward. They're known to punch way above their price level, and to me, one of their $1,000 watches feel like a $2,000 watch. But here's a $300 watch that I easily could pass for a $1,000 watch, and that's what I really feel about these. And the reason I got the Christopher Ward, like I said, is just this thing again. These Christopher Wards are great. This is my Sealander GMT, and the way they do the indices, the same thing. If you look at the red one there, you can kind of see how they chamfer that inner edge of the indice towards the center of the dial, and it picks up the light, and that's what the Christopher Ward's known for that as well. And this poor lighting wouldn't show you, but so when I look at this, it kind of just gives me a little Christopher Ward vibe, not the hour hand, obviously, but the sense of quality as well. It's just when I picked this watch up again, if I had paid $1,000 for this watch, I certainly would not be disappointed. And that's what people say about these, and I'm just here to proclaim it's true. It's true. There's beautiful watches. These have got that special. I can't even say the word. I'm not going to hack it, but they've got that. They've got that dial with that sort of like the porcelain teacups, the little Chinese technique, and so it's hard to pick up, especially on the red one. The blue one you'll see it more, but it has this texture in it. That's really a beautiful dial. But we'll put them on. I want to compare this 42 to the 39, and I have a 7-inch wrist. And to me, because of the thinness of this thing, because of how thin it is, it just feels really wide, just long when I put it on my wrist. And plus, most of my watches are divers, and this not having that timing bezel. The dial itself is big, but let's put the two on. Here's the blue one. This is the 39, and again, you can probably see that texture a lot better here on the blue one. And it's a beautiful. It's more subtle than the blue of all the colors that's out there. I think you see the pattern the most, but it's just so just so nicely executed. It's just a beautiful watch, and I'm just here again to proclaim what people are saying about these. These are for $325. This makes me not want to ever spend $1,000 on a watch again, because if I do, I'm going to be thinking, geez, I could have 3 of these instead of one of those $1,000 watches. And that's the impact I feel about with these watches. They're just the quality on it. But again, there's the 39. I'm going to take off the watch on my right hand and put on the red one, so you can kind of see what the 42 looks like. This is my right hand, so it's probably a tick bigger than my left hand. But let me zoom wider here. Not zoom, come out wider here. And so here's the 42. Again, it's because it's so narrow. It just really, to me, looks really wide on my wrist. I don't know if you agree. Where again, here's the 39, and I just think that fits it perfect. So in my opinion, if you have a 7-inch wrist, thereabouts, I would go with the 39. If you're 7.5, 8-inch, yeah, the 42 would work for sure. And I've seen videos with people with that size of wrist, and they love the 42. But for me personally, I felt it was just a little big. I still love it, and I'll certainly wear it. But to me, I think this fits a little nicer as the 39. But yeah, check these out though. These are these, I didn't really go over the dimensions, but again, you got the 42. The 42 is before the lug, the male lugs, it's about 49.5 lug to lug. And then those male lugs do, they stick it out another millimeter or two for sure. And the red one, the 42 is actually a 21 millimeter bracelet on it, while this is the more accepted 20 on here on the 39. This bracelet, it's an oyster style, but it's much close. The tolerances are so much closer than like the oyster style, and it's just it's different because the center links are raised, and you see those chamfers on both sides. Both sides, you see those chamfers, and then on the edge of the outer link, it's just a little unique, definitely oyster style-ish, but still a little different enough. And then you got this is what's awesome is it does rob the Rolex glide lock, where you have this. Let's see if I can get that focused a little better. Where you snap it in, it's got the groove. You got the grooves in there, and you pull it and just snap it in. So pretty amazing. $325, you can buy these watches, and they have an adjustable bracelet. They got this incredible quality. And again, I think my biggest statement, it's like, geez, it's going to be hard for me to spend $1,000 on any watch again when you can have these. But they're coming out with all sorts of dials. They got some mother of pearl they just came out with on the 39 size. So they're going to keep running with this SN0144. It's been very, very popular, and it's just just very well done. The loom is actually, considering how small the loop plots are, it's very good. It's very good. It's BGW X1. It's in blue, and it lasts longer than you would think. Again, you got some thin plots, but it's still, especially for this being, it's not a dive watch. This type of watch, it does have this red paint. That's not loomed on the second hand. And some people don't like that counterweight. It almost looks like that should be the front of the. If it was longer, it looks more like that should be the front of the second hand. I don't know. It's neither here nor there for me on that one. But beautiful watch. Again, the quality on these will surpass. I'm telling you, if you get one of these, you'll be blown away. So if you're thinking of one of these, again, don't hesitate. San Martin, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful watch. Anyway, appreciate you watching, and any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll gladly get back to you. Thank you so much.